Oh,
Yep.
there you go. All right.
Okay. This is a matchup that I'm looking forward to being proven wrong on.
All right. So this is
So I'm pretty
Morathi,
sure.
one of the most
Yeah.
infamous characters in the game for sheer aggression. Something I also said earlier today about Sea Viper, but it is true of both of them. They compete for that spot. Um,
I, I would argue the Sea Viper probably is more aggressive because Morathi actually has some pretty messed up set play.
that is true. Actually, he has basically an extra copy of Lights, an extra copy of Fierce, a +1 power, +1 speed. That's kind of expensive, but kind of not. A +1 power, +1 speed. That's kind of expensive, but kind of doesn't matter. And then, dear Lord, what is this? Power overwhelming. +3, +2. And if these seem like high force costs, they kind of are, but also Morathi can draw cards all the time, basically. He seldom strikes from
Yeah.
hands. Um, he
Morathi was printed
wild swings a
in
lot.
the same season. True. He's printed in the same season as Gabrek, who has to get to range one and then has bad cards in order to get a draw one on his character card. And yeah, Morathi can just do that.
Yes. Now, the cost, of course, of using Morathi's ability is that you are wild swinging. You don't have much control over what you have. You look at the first card, and if you want to draw a card, then that means you're committing to the next card, whatever it may be. So that's a problem if you have an inconsistent deck with
Mm-hmm.
not much guard
Mm-hmm.
um, or effective range.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The main saving grace is that Marathi specials actually are awkward in a lot of specific ways, but they're awkward in very particular ways. They will often work in a bunch of generically good ways. All right, +1 power, +1 speed, discarding grasp after the turn one, cross out into dive. It is Seijun's turn. She prepares, obviously looking to leverage her big ink mix up at range 3.
Do you think that cross out was meant to deny the Inari guidance?
Yes, without a doubt.
That's my
Yeah,
thought too.
like that's the only reason Marathi crosses out. He wants to be in close range, so it's like him crossing out is like the kind of insane reckless play that you don't expect, and therefore you're okay with just striking with Inari guidance. Notably, since Seijun didn't strike with Inari guidance, she is not deprived of it. She can now strike into +1
With
power,
Inari
+1
guidance?
speed. All right, here's a wild swing. I don't think this is Inari guidance because I think it's too risky with that boost in play.
Oh, definitely is. Yeah.
All right, Marathi sets the wild swing, is okay with it, is gonna trade. Yeah, that is a spike, and 4 guard actually matters here, which it often doesn't, but sometimes it does. Hits back for 6.
It matters more often than you'd expect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
But
matters
greatly values
against
it
a lot
for
of character interact. Oh my goodness. Did he open EX Neck Snapper? Oh my, okay.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, pays the block, which is not the card Marathi cares to play. He has more and better ways to get gauge. Seijun prepares, hand size 9. Okay, that seems good.
I'm hoping we see one of those more and better ways here.
Yep, Shadow of Death, pretty hype card. Has an effect when it is invalidated after you wild swing it, if you cannot afford it. Curiously, not if you can afford it. Then again. Alright, Seijun, boosting defense.
Well, yeah.
Marathi, more stats. Throws away another block. We don't need block in these parts. Rearrange the top 3 cards of your deck. 1 will be drawn for a turn, the other 2 will remain on top of deck. In the order of your choice. Yep. Alright, Seijun now up against +2/+2. Has defends. Still could lose pretty nastily against something like... Oh, player is reconsidering that order, maybe. But yeah. Still risk losing pretty nastily against something like a dive or the other copy of Spike. But also still has stats of her own. Okay, this is not Ink Splash, because that's an EX. EX dive?
Here's an EX in
dive.
return.
Yeah. Wrath is going to win that very handily. He has a speed 7 dive with 8 power. It will deal 6 damage, which doesn't stun Seijun. However, dive's effect does mean that Marathi cannot be hit. Oof.
Which is pretty awesome to see Kitsune Wrath down.
Yeah, that's a transformation that really threatens Marathi because he is often reliant on guard, and being able to crush guard basically at will with either Kitsune's Wrath or Ninth Tail makes Seijun a pretty scary matchup for Marathi. That defend needs to leave play. There we go. Alright. Not that she doesn't still have guard, but, like, not that kind. Oh! More and better ways.
There it is.
That was a wild swing, right? Oh, yeah, of course, because it was stacked. Yeah, the player knew the order. So when invalidated, you get the top 2 cards of your deck to your gauge, you add this to your hand, and you go on to the next card, which is Focus, which was also stacked.
Specifically to get the draw and the Shadow of Death.
Makes sense.
Notably. Which is pretty important econ against a Seijun that does not yet have Ninth Tail transformed.
Yeah. Seijun should not be worried. If she tries to rebuild to a hand size of 9 at range 1 against Morathi, Intimidation can just destroy her. Because Morathi has a lot of gauge he could use to change cards, and also he's not very reliant on having a hand to strike, whereas as we've already seen from the X values on her specials, Seijun is reliant on having cards in hand for her cards to be worth much. Old-fashioned EX attack, Foxfire? Assault.
It's the X Assault.
Alright. Good old-fashioned trades.
I think that's what Morathi's saying, too.
Yeah. 3-3. Alright. Seijun's advantage. Morathi with a hand advantage over Seijun. Phrases you don't hear every day. What? What? Another one?
Sometimes it's just like that.
Another EX.
Sometimes your deck is just shaped a certain way.
Yeah. It's what we call an EX deck.
That's
here we have
Shadow
God
of
War. Oh. That's a decision. Yeah, I also would skip that, I think.
Yeah.
And get some garbage like Gyro Chain. Yep.
No.
Yeah. Which is faster. Yes, just barely.
Well, that's more gauge for Shadow of Death.
True. Chooses to discard 0 random cards, keeping the hands. Hits for 0, takes 5. Yeah, Gyro Chain, notably bad special. Here's +2 speed.
Yeah, that's like. Wait a second. It's like light.
It's like light. It's obsidian packed, because light is obsidian colored, I guess. Alright, Seijun Exceeding, draws 3, plus end of turn.
Figuring Guard will not help you from a 15 power attack.
I mean, yeah. So, is this Assault into Shadow of Death?
That's what I would like to see.
Which means you respond with probably...
Wild
Sweep?
Swing and then block.
Yeah, Wild Swing.
Sweep,
well,
Sweep's pretty good.
Yeah,
Sweep's
Sweep might knock it out of
yeah.
the hand. Sweep is fine. Block on the second strike for sure. That loses the speed time.
That was
calling something else. Unfortunately, not going to do much here. 4 damage. Ooh, also, one more card gone, which is a problem if you aren't planning on blocking the Shadow of Death. Oh, well, that's a Wild Swing. Let's see if you got it. All right, good game. 115-8. Seijun dies. Yeah, never had the block.
Yeah.
Never drew into it. It's funny to say Seijun did not draw through her deck if it like quickly enough.
Especially
Kyuubi
no Kitsune Seijun.
Yep. But Seijun didn't draw through her deck quickly enough to deal with Morathi's aggressive pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And Wrath was denied, which was also definitely relevant because the number of EXs that we saw.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would have broken through some of those. Well, although a lot of the X's got stuffed, didn't they? Thinking no.
There was.
I don't think that Wrath would have stopped EX Assault from trading with Focus. And what was the other EX?
EX Focus, which would have just been a damage delta.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
The EX Assault was the other one.
I thought there were 3.
They were right after.
Only 2.
Were there? There might have been, but I think the third one was Ink Spike.
Oh, okay.
Ink Spike was thrown as an EX attack. That's why it was down so early.
Okay, that explains that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me in the booth, Moriarty. I think that's the set.
That is. I will do this now.
All right. And thanks everybody for watching. Please remember to drink water. Stay hydrated. It's good for you. Just going to close down without further ado because I don't have anything fancier than that available.